Oh boy. What's my phone complaining about now? Dude, YouTube has got some jacked up crap with their apps. All right, hold on. Why is that? This makes no sense. God, it's stupid. Now it's got like a rotate device message every time. All right, let's see about this. I don't know. If this doesn't work out, I may just give up. This is getting stupid. I'm just using my S8 Plus. That's what I used to stream last time, and I had a couple of issues, but nothing like this where I've had to do stream after stream. I wanted to do it on my Nexus 6. I thought about doing it over there, but that looked so bad that it's not even worth it to. So my S8 Plus did the same thing last time, just not right off the bat. Plus this time it didn't save the session so that whenever it like closed out of the app, it didn't just go back into it. So like last time it let me just go back into it and restart that, like just pick up where it left off. But this time it's not doing that. So yeah, I'm thinking about trying OBS this next time. I don't have a, see, this shows my ignorance though. I don't have a webcam, and I don't have, my foot, I got hit bit by a mosquito earlier. I don't have a webcam, and I don't know if OBS integrates with like your phones, and I don't really have anything to set up so that like I could use my Canon to stream that way. So I may need to look into that if I'm going to do this a little bit more often though. Okay, so thanks for sticking with me through 3 different parts of stream. If it happens much more after this, I'm probably just going to call it quits because that's frustrating and just annoying. So who has come over? So we've still got Bobby, not Bobby. We've got Scott. And then we've got someone else. Did you come over too? Or is it someone that's going to hate me in the real life because your phone keeps going off? This mosquito bite, seriously. Oh, man. Okay, there. Hopefully that stops. Yeah, though that's weird when you put it like that, Scott. So Bobby the Catfish, do I know you? Are you just a recent subscriber since you're not Bobby? Hey Steve, how you doing, man? If you've probably missed the fun. This is the 3rd iteration of this stream, so that's frustrating. And Aaron made it over, so thank you for coming back, Aaron. Again with the mosquito bite. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Steve, the first stream, like the app on my phone died, which happened a lot the last time. But then all I would have to do is just go back into the app, and I could pick back up where it left off. But for some reason, this time it actually killed the stream, so that I had to basically start a part two. I started a part two on my Nexus 6, but then like the camera, the front facing camera on that's just so bad that I stopped it, and then now I'm back over to my S8, just using the rear firing camera now instead of the front facing to see if that makes any difference. I mean, so far I don't know, I think we're further than what we were the first time, and it's still going, so. Yeah, I mean, version 3, you know, I was able to use the rear-facing camera now instead of the front, so I've got that going for me. Bobby, I know it's not your name, but thank you for stopping by. Sorry that you didn't win whatever giveaway that was that you entered, but stick around. I hope to get to talk to you a little bit more. Good review today, by the way, Steve. I know I kind of commented on your video, but good job with the amaze bit. So Scott, you got your smartphone mount. That's cool. What else you got to do before you get started? I know you said script, but before it crashed on the first time, was going to encourage you to get that done. You've been talking for a while, man. Put action behind it. Oh, lights. Well, you can make that work, though. You don't have to have perfect lighting. Aaron, what do you got going on, man? Well, you just said you just got off of work. It's the quickest dinner I've ever seen, catfish. Unless you microwave it or something. So I did write down a couple of things I wanted to... Hey, Viper, how's it going, man? Yeah, so... yeah, stream number 3. You remember last week how my streams kept cutting out? It did it again, but it actually crashed the app and wouldn't let me then pick back up where it left off. So it made me... Long story. So hopefully I'm just hoping it doesn't happen again, or I'm just going to throw in the towel and probably not live stream until I get OBS working or something. Wifey wants to go grab fast food. That's not a bad gig. You going with her, or is she getting it and bringing it back? Chicken off the stove. That sounds good. My wife made taco pie, I think is what she called it. She's doing the keto diet thing. Actually, really wasn't too bad. Just broke my pen. Oh well. So we got 7 people watching. Thanks everyone for stopping by. I did write down some things I wanted to talk about tonight. Nothing, too serious or anything like that. I wanted to kind of have a little bit of an outline to the stream, whatever this thing is. Just so we had a little bit more, structure to it over last time, which last time was great, and I love just shooting the breeze, but figured we have a couple of talking points we can just kind of discuss. No, but before I went live with this stream, I swear I went pee like 3 times and still felt like I had to pee before I actually hit the publish button. So if you live stream, that's, the nervous pees are very real. So those are there. Well, I broke my pen. That's a sad day. Anyways, so the first thing that I wanted to kind of bring up and talk about was right before I started. I just saw a couple of articles that mentioned that the U.S. Senate, in a vote of 54 to 47, actually voted to save net neutrality. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I know it still has to go through the House and then, of course, hit President Trump. But what are your guys' thoughts on the potential of having net neutrality saved? Any opinions on that? I'm still screwing with this pen, even though I said I was going to give up on it. About time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked with it, too. I really don't want to get into politics too much. Trump's not really my favorite dude in the world. But, I don't disagree with everything that's happened in this presidency, and we don't have to get into that, but I don't necessarily agree with where the FCC's at with this. I get the whole free market thing, but I don't think in the end that this was really going to benefit us the way that they thought that it would. So I'm hoping that the House votes the same and that Trump also does, but I'm not with Ajit or whatever that guy's name is that's over the FCC right now. I don't see him reversing that just because it's one of his appointees. I don't see that being done. Yeah, 45 minutes on politics and religion. I would rather just go jump off of a bridge. That's that's where I would rather be instead of doing that. Ajit Pai. Yeah, I need to probably do a little bit more research on the guy's name. And I think I'm saying FCC, and I think it's actually FTC. Am I wrong? I don't know. Ajit. It's FCC. Okay, yeah, so I'm not totally wrong on that. If you Google Ajit, Wired has an article with a funny caricature of. I'll just send that to you guys so you guys can look at that. That's kind of funny. So I don't know. I'm hoping that vote goes through, but this is just the Senate, and of course we have the House and the President to get passed. And like I said, he was one of Trump's appointees, so I don't know. I don't know where that's going to go, but that's promising news so far. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to look into. I don't know if I really want to research him that much. I think the video he did after net neutrality was kind of repealed was probably half this guy's age, and I knew that was a bad idea, and he's got fidget spinners and crap like that. It's just, oh geez. Ah, it's on front facing. Hold on. My bad. God, that is the most frustrating thing in the world. I'm gonna get my angle all right again. Sorry, guys. That's my wife's desk behind us, too. That's not my mess. That's my wife's mess. So I'm not going to take ownership of that. So, of course, the kind of the only really other thing that happened in the tech space today was the OnePlus 6. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this phone for $529 to get in the door? I think it's a pretty good price point for the OnePlus line. What are you guys thinking of it? What do you guys think of the 1080p screen over 4K? What do you guys think of the notch? I'm sure we all have opinions on that. They changed the fingerprint sensor for some reason. Not that it's really that much of an impact on anything, but the size of it's different. So instead of it being the circle, now it's the oval shape. That's stupid to me, but what do I know? I'm just some kid that lives in Illinois. Yeah, so what are you guys' thoughts on it? Have you guys watched any of the videos from the heavy hitters today? Have you watched anything from, The Verge or anything like that on their opinions? The glass back. See, I don't know. Wireless charging to me is one of those features that I don't use. So I have the S8 Plus, and the glass back, of course, looks really nice. I don't use the wireless charging. I've got a pop socket on the back of my phone, so I can't use it. Even if I wanted to, I can't. But even if I could use it, I never really did much before. So, I mean, I don't understand the reason for the glass back if you're not going to do the wireless charging. I don't. I mean, I get it. I don't know. I don't really understand why they did that. And other than it gives it kind of the premium feel of the flagships without actually having to, have a price increase or anything like that due to the wireless charging being built into it. Which, I mean, you can buy wireless charging kits, at least when you had removable backs in your phones for $10. So it's not like it's a super expensive feature to add to a phone. So I don't know. That one's kind of weird. I don't really understand that one that well. But like I said, the fingerprint sensor is kind of annoying. The notch, I don't really have a bad or a good opinion on the notch. My opinion on the notch is I don't necessarily care about the screen size. I mean, I've got the S8 Plus, and frankly, I wish I had the S9 Plus, because the one thing with my complaint on this phone, other than apparently it not being able to do Facebook Live worth of crap, is not having stereo speakers. So my Nexus 6 has the stereo speakers. I love that it's got that, and the S9 Plus has that. And if you take away this, if you try to change the screen to body ratio, you lose that. I mean, that's my biggest complaint with the notch. I don't really care that the notch is there. It has a functionality, that's why it's there. But I would much rather have the front firing speakers instead of having the notch. So I mean, that's my 2 cents on that. I wrote down some of the specs earlier, and really the screen size is almost identical to that to the S9 or to the S8 Plus. I mean, 6.2 inches on the S8 Plus, 6.28 on the One Plus 6. Comes in matte black, glossy black, and soft white. What do you guys think on the colors? I mean, the glossy black, of course, fingerprint magnet. If you haven't caught all of the D brand promotional advertisements in today's videos, I'm sure you haven't watched any of them yet, because I'm sure that's all over the place. And then the matte black would probably be the color that I went with if I were to do it. More yard work, Steve. Jeez, man. You gotta be done with that at some point, right? How much more you got to do? As I ask you questions to keep you from doing your yard work. He may already be gone. Probably already gone. Oops. Evil man. Oh, because he's doing yard work? I mean, he's a good man. His yard work sucks. Yeah, I think they definitely hit the price right on that. I mean, because for me, the $529 price would probably be where I would buy in at. So 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. I mean, if I think you've got the 8 gigs of RAM, 128 storage for $50 more, and you've got two extra gigs of RAM. So I don't know. I'd probably pay the $50 for the 2 extra gigs of RAM, personally. Oh, so I'm evil now? Apparently the Silk White in the 8 gig variant is out of stock already. Which doesn't make any sense. You can't even pre-order it yet, so I'm not quite sure what that is about. Yeah, I think for $50, I think going with the 8 gigs of RAM and 120, I don't need the storage. Like 64 gig is fine with me. I don't know, I didn't look to see if they had expandable storage or not. I didn't look at that. But still, 64 gigs of storage for me would have been fine. I don't really do much picture or video-wise on my phone. So frustrating. So no expandable storage, but dual SIM tray. Yeah, I don't know. I still think that 120, yeah. Like for me, 64 gigs of storage. So on my S8 Plus, I've got the 64 gig version, but then I've got a 32 gig card in it, and I mean everything gets dumped on the card, and I've got plenty of internal space and external space, so it's not even, space isn't really even a problem for me. Of course, I'm going to Google that because 64 gig almost seems wrong. Yeah, 64 gig was all it came in, I think. Yeah, so 64 gig and then a 32 gig card. So, I mean, that's more than I need. Yeah. Unless you're doing a bunch of recording, kind of like what JD does, or anyone else that shoots with their smartphone. I mean, but see, I shot all the B-roll for my bass and headphones on my S8 Plus, and I didn't even get close to filling up the storage or anything like that on that. And granted, that was just the B-roll, so it wasn't a whole video, but still. I think if I shot that whole thing, it probably wouldn't use more than 10 gig, and you're not gonna keep more than one video on your phone at a time. So it's not just me, right? You're also noticing that like the camera drops over time. Am I making that up, or are you noticing it too? So are you gonna start doing all your videos on your S8 Plus? That's what you're gonna use? Oh, on the S8. Gotcha. Well, that's the same camera. So are you gonna do product reviews, or what are you gonna do on your channel, Scott? I imagine that's probably what you're gonna do, but I don't want to assume. Okay, you're gonna do a lifestyle channel? That's interesting. So what are you thinking for your first video? I know you said you're gonna write the script for it, but what are you thinking topic wise? So Bobby's making an anime. I don't watch anything when it comes to anime, so I can't have an intelligent conversation on that at all. My apologies. So quitting smoking. Have you already quit smoking, or just more like tips on how to quit smoking? Oh, you're gonna quit on the channel, kind of like as a live expert. Okay. Well, good for you, man. I know it's gonna be challenging. Do you plan on doing do you plan on doing kind of like a vape substitute, like doing vape to kind of help wean yourself off of it? If you can hear me drinking my drink on the microphone, I apologize. Okay. I know it sounds kind of silly, but I used to smoke when I was in high school. Um, Actually, I smoked like I don't know, three quarter, half a pack, three quarter a pack when I was in high school for a couple of years, which is not a huge deal, I guess. But I actually used the patch at the time to help me quit smoking. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm 29 now. Quit smoking when I was like 17, which and it just sounds so stupid. Whenever you're like 15, 16, you smoke, but I mean, you're still addicted to it at that point. But um, yeah, I still get that craving now, man. Like, definitely, you know, give you props for doing that, and hope you're able to stick with it because it's gonna improve your quality of life for sure. But it's pretty nuts that 13 years later that I still if I smell someone smoking, it still makes you want to have a smoke, even though I know how terrible it is. Like it's crazy how that crap just gets wrapped into your head like that. It's nuts. It also makes me wonder how I got away with wearing the patch at high school, though. Like the teachers knew I had it, so I mean, I mean, if you think about it, it was helping me get off of it. So it wasn't like I was smoking in class, but at the same time, I had a nicotine patch on when I was sitting in PE in math class. You would have thought that they would have wanted to stop that, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't. Yeah, I can see the camera moving down now that I say that. What the crap? That's annoying. I'm doing a review of this tripod, and the fact that you can see it not being able to hold up my phone is actually really frustrating. God, that's really tall. Hey Zach, how you doing, man? I want to love this tripod, but dang it, that is so frustrating. I may actually reach out to the company about that because I can't review this thing if it's going to be like that. That's dumb. Or I won't do a review on it. That's not. I'm actually doing a live stream. This is the third iteration of it of the stream due to connectivity issues, and it'll probably freeze up any minute here because that's my track record at this point. So the tripod is actually from Blitzwolf. It's one that they sent out to me to review. It is. Let's see if I can't link it to you guys. It is a selfie stick, but also tripod. There you go. So it's got tripod legs on it, and of course it has the extendable arm, which will give you like a selfie stick if you wanted that feature. I don't really care so much for it, but it's there. So been doing the live streams with it as kind of the testing for it, because that's to me, I have no intention of using this thing as a selfie stick because I don't do selfie sticks, but I thought the idea of using this as a tripod to have it sit on your desk and then do your live streams or something like that would be great. But if it can't hold the weight of my phone without sliding down, I don't know how to call you Bobby or Catfish, but either way, yeah, there is no, like, you're not able to tighten it down. Like I said, it's just, if you look at the link that I sent, it's basically just a telescopic pole that just kind of expands. It's supposed to be able to hold your phone. I mean, it'll also hold like a GoPro or an action camera. So that I'm sure would be fine. I've got the S8 Plus. It's not like I've got some super heavy phone in it. I mean, it's pretty mainstream. Yeah, so it's even this middle section. So there's three sections to it. There's the bottom, the middle, and of course there's the top part, and that gives you your length. So right now I've got the top part still collapsed within itself, and I've just got the bottom and the middle part expanded. So I'm seeing if it still drops, and if it does, that it's not just like one part of this thing that won't hold it. Yeah, this is actually one of the first products that I've actually been like super excited about reviewing. Not that I haven't been excited about the other ones, with all the headphones and stuff like that. But this one is something that I had not seen before, and being in the tech space and liking tech, that doesn't happen very often. You usually see most of everything that's out there. Hey Chris, how is it going, dude? That's blast from the past. How are you? It's been a long time. Good. We don't have to get into personal lives, but are you still around Effingham, or are you somewhere else? I don't need a specific town if you don't want to give that. Hey, what's going on, Nick? Thanks for stopping by, man. Yep, same place. Well, good for you, Chris. Hope you're doing well, man. Roger, good to see you made it, man. Yeah, so Catfish, what I've done now, so it actually seems like it's that middle part that's not holding the weight. There's actually four parts to this. I was wrong. I said three earlier. So the base part is kosher. The second piece up after that is the one that moves. I'm on the third section right now, and I'm not having a single problem with it dropping at all. And then I'm able to go up a little bit taller, and I think that's fine. So it actually may just be that one part, but still, that's kind of annoying. I could still review it if it's going to do that, but it's just a big old fat glaring, hey, keep an eye on this. Roger, you missed the 14 attempts to get this freaking stream going. Streamed for 6 minutes and it dropped connection on me and then actually killed the session. And then I created another one using my Nexus 6 and the front facing camera is so terrible on it. I went back to my S8 Plus. So that's where we're at now. Actually been here for a while, thankfully. I haven't really had much of an issue. All right, so I'm just testing these other 2 sections here while we're at it. Dude, I used an S3 before I went to the S8. It's a really good phone. It's the best phone I've ever had, honestly. I went from the S3 to the LG G3, and then went from the G3 to the Nexus 6, and then from the Nexus 6 back to Samsung. So the LG G3, the reason I went to it was because of the screen-to-body ratio. At the time, the S3 and the S4, S5 even still had physical buttons, and I didn't want physical buttons on my phone. I wanted all software. And the G3 had that, so like the power button was on the back where like you would expect the fingerprint sensor to be at now. So I went to it, had it for, I want to say like that was like the last year that you could really get discounts on phones when you're going on contract. I got that phone for a penny from Best Buy, which was pretty dope. But it's still like it was having random reboot issues, which was really frustrating. And it was actually just a software issue. It wasn't the phone. But I was so fed up with it that I bought a Nexus 6, which was already a year old at the time, and went with it and had it for a year, had a bunch of issues with it, and then said, screw it. I went back with Samsung and haven't looked back since. So went with the S3, came back with the S8, and have no intention of leaving, to be honest. Yeah, so that MacBook back there, I think is actually a 2019... Not 2019. That made no sense. I think it's a 2009 MacBook that actually was still metal. It's not a MacBook Pro. It's just a MacBook. It may even be 2008, man. I don't know. It's my wife's. I just recently swapped out the hard drive for an SSD. And I replaced the battery. So the battery life was terrible. In typical Apple fashion, I don't know if you can see that or not, but the power cord is frayed, so that's Apple quality, right? But still have MagSafe, so that's cool. Yeah, if I get it on the 2019, yeah, that's look at me being 548 subs, getting in with the Apple crowd. Yeah, Scott. I mean, even with the issues that I had, for it to cost me a penny. I mean, it was super frustrating. I just want a freaking phone that's going to work. I just recently actually sold that G3 for $80. So I mean, it was like 3 or 4 years old at this point, and still got just under $100 for it. So I was pretty happy with that. I sold it to help pay for my 70D repair bill. So that's good, I guess. And Apple, dude, Nick, so to me, a 2008 MacBook deserves to be in the trash. Like if you had a 2008, Windows computer, that thing would be junk. Like it would not be good. But this thing with an SSD in it, and it's got 4 gigs of RAM already in it. And I don't remember what version of Mac OS it has, but that thing works like a freaking champ. Like you would not be able to do any kind of video editing on it, but you could do, my wife is into Melaleuca. I'm not trying to like sales pitch that thing at all, but Melaleuca is like an all natural, like cleaner company and stuff like that. So like she's involved with them, so she can watch all of her videos, do her emails, her communications with that kind of stuff. No problem at all. So like I bought her a Chromebook and a couple years ago for like $200. This thing is still right up there with it, and it's however old at this point. So it's pretty nuts what an SSD will do to a computer. Keaton, how are you doing, man? 2010 Air, yeah, dude. Like I said, I don't understand. It's just I told Steve this the other day. Is that the seeing all these videos with like hey, is this year MacBook still worth it? And people are having this like phenomenal experience with it. Is just blowing my mind because I'm on a PC that's 4 or 5 years old at this point, and I'm at the point where I'm thinking about, swapping parts. But that thing's 10 years old and it's still working okay. I mean, for basic tasks, it's still fine. Keaton, what are you up to, man? Thanks for stopping by. I'll let you promote your tech YouTubers Discord. That's fine. I'm not good with that stuff, man. I have Discord. Like I'm on JD's from JD Tech TV. He's got his own Discord server, and then I think who else? Oh, Philip DeFranco. So I'm on his Patreon, so I've got access to his Discord. I don't even think I have the app on my phone. $240 gig SSD for $50. Yeah, man. I think I'm wanting to say that's what I got her. I think it was a SanDisk is what I got, and I think it was a 240 because I've got a 120 on my desktop, and that's just not. It's just not enough anymore. I'm pretty sure it was a 240. I think I paid like 65, but you can go one for 40 for $50. What brand was it? Was it from Best Buy? I thought I saw that they had one the other day that was $50. I didn't pick it up though, but it was an off brand, right? Fupata? What about them, Roger? HP from Walmart. Nice. Was it an online gig or something that you saw in the store? No, I think I saw that the other day. Yeah, it was online. I didn't pick one up. I should have. That was kind of dumb of me. I think Walmart's trying to do what they can to go right after Amazon. I get reminders about every week that they have free 2-day shipping without a membership. So they're really touting that. Yeah, HP. They still is on rollback. Is it the S700? No, that's very specific and it doesn't really matter. But 250 gig, 2.5-inch SATA 3 SSD for $54.99. That sound right? And that's on rollback, so that's not even necessarily. That's not necessarily a. They even have the S700 Pro 256 gig M.2 solid state for $59. That actually sounds like a freaking dope deal. M.2, that's pretty awesome. I don't have anything that has an M.2 slot. Oh, it's out of stock. Well, that figures. The M.2 is at least. No, the SSD is still in stock. I will link that to anyone that wants that by chance. Keaton, my day was good, man. Thank you for asking. How was yours? Oh, yeah, I forgot that FPT has their own Discord server as well. Yeah, I'm on there too, and I don't participate at all. Target's gonna do next day shipping for $2.99. That's pretty awesome. It's an exciting time to be alive whenever whenever retail stores are fighting for your shipping costs. Walmart's doing free 2-day, and then $3 for next day is pretty awesome. Keaton, I don't know enough about you, man. I don't know if you're still school age or not. Question mark. Keaton is 43. Well, didn't see that coming. I am not a good judgment of age from thumbnail pictures, because that does not look like a 43-year-old. All stores have to compete with Amazon. I truly believe Amazon or something like Amazon will replace non-online stores. I don't disagree with you at all. You're 15 and hate school. I don't blame you. You're about done with school though for the summer though, right? What's that make you, a freshman? Gonna be a sophomore? I don't know, man. It's been 12 years since I've been in school. The blue wrench is because Roger is a moderator. I did that. Surprise, Roger, you're a moderator. Not that I necessarily need it, but figured Roger needed to wake up. It's 2 in the morning his time, so I gotta do something to keep it spicy for him. Give him some responsibility, keep you guys under control. Yeah, FPT's got so much going on with their Discord server though too. They've got a ton of crap going on in there, which is awesome if you want to be like a part of that community. I just don't have the time for it. So Roger, what are you up to, man? You just relaxing, taking it easy, being that it's 2 a.m. your time. Well, I mean, it's 2 a.m. your time, so you don't have to apologize for falling asleep. I'd be shocked if you didn't. Also, you're going to be a freshman. Okay, so are you old for your class then? Yeah, because it was 15. Yeah, so you'll be driving as a freshman. You're going to be one of the older kids in your class, right? Yeah, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with an active server at all. Like that's awesome if you are looking for that. I just personally am not. Can we all agree that the Laurel versus Yanny debate is a government PSYOP test to see whether humans can detect the frequency of 5 gig towers? It works for me, man. I saw some video earlier where a guy actually like I think it was Adobe that was doing like a tutorial as to like why that worked. It basically had like the sound form of it, and they actually like deleted the part that was saying Laurel, and then they still played it, and it was supposed to be the part that everyone was hearing that says Yanny. And though my brain, my head seriously like began to hurt, I still heard Laurel, even though it did sound a lot like Yanny when it started. So let me see if I can't find that, because it was actually pretty dope. I've been saying that a lot lately, and I don't know why. I don't know why everything is dope right now. What was that? I can't find it. Laurel. Yanny explanation. Yeah, see, I didn't hear Yanny either. The only time I heard Yanny was whenever they tried to, when they broke it up like that. But then even, like, my brain wanted to hear Yanny, but I still knew that it was Laurel. Where was that at? I've basically been telling anyone that says that they heard Yanny that they just need to go home. Because I don't understand it at all. Okay, so is this? You know, the one time I actually want to be able to find something, I'm not going to be able to find it. You know that's how this is going to work, right? Hold on. Yanny. Hug. Either way, I can't find it. Oh, maybe. This looks promising. Yeah, it was Adobe Audition is what they did. They like legit. I know this is riveting for a stream. Where is it at? Where is it at? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I haven't listened to this, and I'm probably not going to, but that's apparently has like a slider, I guess, that lets you... Okay, don't mind the volume here, but that's apparently has like a slider, I guess, that lets you... Okay, don't mind the volume here, but that's apparently has like a slider, I guess, that lets you... Okay, don't mind the volume. Okay, well, I couldn't do that because I'm watching my own live stream, so that's confusing. Scott, good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Anyways, watch that because you can... that slider actually lets you, I guess, narrow down the frequency so that you can hear whether it says Yanny or Laurel. So that's kind of neat. So thanks for that rabbit hole, Nick. Gee whiz. Next few videos in the pipeline. So I was actually, I don't remember if you were here for me venting about this tripod. So Blitzwolf actually sent me a tripod that I've been super excited about. I was mentioning, like, I have, not that I haven't been excited about reviewing a product, but this one is basically a selfie stick and a tripod combination. So it has the telescopic arm of a tripod, but it also has a telescopic arm like a selfie stick, but then also has feet like a tripod, which I thought was pretty dope. But it would, if I don't use it right, it will like it moves. Like the camera angle will start up here, and then my camera will actually fall down, which is really annoying. But so that's the next thing up. I think earlier I was actually questioning whether I was going to review it or not, because if that was a huge thing of this and it wasn't going to work, I wasn't even going to bother reviewing it. I know, because if I have an issue with a product, I'll work with the company to try to see if it wasn't just like an issue with that one specific product. But if it continues after like a replacement, then I will just decide not to review it. I would rather not put product on my. I would rather not put the effort behind something just to say, hey, don't review this, or don't like, my opinion is don't purchase this. Like I don't see a benefit of doing that. If there's a little quirks with something like this, where if you try to use this one specific part, it likes to slide down, I will definitely make note of that. Now that I know that. It's not a huge deal. I mean, if I paid for it, I'd probably want to send it back, to be honest. I'd probably ask for another one, so I'll probably email them and say that to them. And then I'll say it in the review as well. But where I'm at right now, it actually doesn't have, it's not doing it. So that was another rabbit hole, but that was one product. And then the next couple of videos, I'm going to quit doing product reviews for a couple of videos. I'm 30 product reviews in at this point, and I haven't really made a video that I've wanted to make, if that makes sense. Like, obviously, I've wanted to make these review videos or I wouldn't have done them, but there's a couple of ideas that I've had regarding different tutorials and just little fun, like, one-off things that I haven't been able to give time and attention to. So here in the last couple months, I've actually just either not been responding to those Chinese companies that are spamming 14,000 different people. But then also, I've also been more selective, so I'm not reaching out to companies either. So, been trying to kind of clean the plate, let me get to a point where I can do this, and then I will do that. Because to me, if I say, hey, I'll review your product, it's going to be 2 months. I don't think that's necessarily fair to the company for them to send me the product and then them have to wait that long to get a review out of it. So, a woman's purple purse. Yes, I think you posted on Twitter about that, if I remember right. I get some of those stupid ones that I used to respond and go, hey, I have a tech channel. Like, that's not something that I do. If you have something that's tech related, like, let me know. But now I just don't even bother because you know it's one of those where they've sent it to 100 different people and they're just looking for people to bite. So I don't really worry about it so much anymore. However, I have been thinking about reaching out to a couple of companies on gaming headsets for PC. Something I've got rolling around in my head because I don't have one right now. So I'm in a good place to need one, but at the same time, I also wouldn't mind reviewing them because before, like when I started doing headphones or earphone reviews, I think I even mentioned it the first ones I did. Like I'm not, and I'm still not. I'm not an audiophile by any means. Like high mids and lows, like I've figured out that lows are bass and highs are typically vocals and mids is kind of like where your instruments are at. And that could even be that could even be wrong. But having done several pairs of earphones or headphones at this point, I feel that I could do a pretty good job of reviewing a gaming headset where the sound is kind of important, especially when you're playing games. So that would be kind of fun to do. I think that would be one. That'll probably be the next one that I reach out to a company about. Would be a headset like that. But what about you? What do you got going on? Yeah, highs readings. Yeah, see, that makes sense to me. First few videos I did, I was like, I don't know what this means, but it sounds tight. It sounds good. Reviewing apps? I've not had that. No, that actually sounds kind of weird. Are they like crappy apps or like talking um like for accounting, like QuickBooks type apps or games or what? Because Roger, where you're at right now, it sounds like you probably work with like Vikings or something like that and get a sponsorship gig with them. I know you're smaller than like JD, but JD got a sponsorship gig with them. And you're right up there with him when it comes to video quality. Which I did play that game for about a month or two, and it got to the point where it took a couple of days for upgrades, and I don't like to pay for games, so I just quit playing it. But other than that, it's kind of a fun game. This stupid pen is driving me nuts. I've been screwing with this thing the whole freaking stream. I managed to pop off this piece and then that right there. So it does that, and I can't fix it. I don't know how to. I don't. That's really annoying. Nick, I don't know if I asked, but what do you have on your what do you got in your pipeline coming down? Roger, what about you? What do you got going on, product wise? What are you working on, or what will you be working on? Was a spy app, like a privacy app, or what? I need more details than that. That sounds juicy. By juicy, I mean illegal, maybe, or just a really crappy concept for a game. I fixed it. We're good. Fixed it. Speaking video, yeah, looking forward to that. Have you already got the cases? Or are you still waiting for it, or the case? I guess because you had to wait for the other ones. Bunch of stuff filmed, but haven't had the patience to start tossing everything together. Yeah, I can understand that, dude. That's why I don't do much more than bi-weekly. I don't know. I want to do this full time, but with my daughter being 3, I still definitely want to be a part of her growing up. And I feel like if I were to try to pump out a video or 2 a week, it would take too much time. I don't know. I could stay up all night like Roger does, but I don't have that in me to do that. So kudos to you, Roger, for being able to do that. But I used to batch record videos. I don't really do that much anymore, though. You installed the app on someone else's phone, then spy on everything. That sounds legitly illegal. If that made sense. Like it sounds like a really cool idea, like if you have kids or something. But at the same time, I don't really want that access. I don't know. That's weird. Ouya console in 2018. Okay. PSP in 2018, Facebook Marketplace wins. Bought a bunch of old laptops for cheap and juiced them. That's not a bad thing. That actually sounds really good. The Ouya console was just about the first thing that I ever bought into on Kickstarter, and actually, I'm really glad that I didn't. For $100, it seemed like it had a great idea and concept behind it, but obviously it didn't really work that great. But that was about the first thing I bought. I've never done Kickstarter or ever bought into anything before, and that was almost the one thing that made me do it. But I'm glad I didn't after the fact. I'm curious I'm looking forward to that one. I'm curious what you have to say. PSP in 2018, same. Found it. They actually sold it in Target. $50. Hey, it ain't bad. As long as it still has some kind of functionality in it. That is. PSP in 2018. I mean, it looks like your average consumer would vouch for it. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Facebook Marketplace wins. Yeah, buying old laptops for cheap and juicing them up. Yeah, and those videos seem like they do really well too. Steve over at Evnos does a lot of those with Macs and building his own Hackintoshes and stuff, and those videos do phenomenal for him. So, Chris, what do you use to edit videos? I use Premiere Pro. So, I think I've used Premiere for all of my videos up to this point. Asus Zenfone 5. Next week's speaking case should be here tomorrow. Well, cool, man. That case looks pretty dope. That, again, with the dope, dang it. It looks pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to that. The Zenfone 5, was it because it was the Zenfone that at the time had the, was it the one that could plug into the tablet and power the tablet? Does that ring a bell? I think it does. But they may have ditched like the tablet portion of it. Use Blender on Linux. Yeah, Karen still uses Linux all the time. I mean, she talks about it at work still. I've never been a Linux person. Just never really been into it. There's a lot of guys on YouTube that actually use apps for the smartphone or for their iPads, which I was kind of surprised by. I didn't know that was really a thing, or was something that people did. But there's actually several channels that do that, and that's what they do all their editing on. Tried Premiere Pro coming from Sony Vegas. I'm assuming that was Sony instead of Song. Sony Vegas back in the day. Just stared at it blankly for a few days and bought a MacBook Pro and Final Cut Pro. Yeah, I mean, with Premiere being I used Windows Movie Maker a couple of times, not for YouTube, but like for, well, actually it was for YouTube. It was for a channel that I had way back when, that I think I even deleted the whole channel, or the whole email account. But I uploaded WoW videos on it. So like I did PvP in WoW and would put copyrighted, music from 30 seconds to, from Mars on it. I think I used Windows Movie Maker for that, I think. But other than that, with Premiere being the only one that I've ever used, there's so much that Premiere can do everything. I mean, there's nothing that Premiere can't do, really. But there's a lot of stuff that the free programs can do now that you wouldn't really know any different, so. Yeah, the Sony Vegas, I think Sony Vegas, do they have a free version of Vegas, or is it just cheaper than like the normal? I could just Google that, I guess. $700 on Amazon right now. Let's just say I doubt that's probably what you paid for it. Catalyst Production Suite. I don't even think they call it Vegas anymore, do they? Maybe they do. Maybe I'm just finding the stupidly wrong versions of anything. Was Vegas 10? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's a version 15, I guess. You can download it for free from sony-vegas.en.softonic.com. That's not a virus at all. Yeah, so Chris, there's a channel I think he goes by Viper, but I think his channel name's actually one VYYYPER. But I think he does all of his stuff on iPad. So I mean, he shoots his video on iPad. So I mean, you can tell it's done on something like that. But then he also does all of his editing on iPad. So I think it's like LumaFusion. I think that's what it is. It's pretty nuts what you can do on a mobile device these days. Hey Tim, yeah, I'm still going. Thanks for questioning my resilience. I'm still here. Does my 3-year-old have a gigantic play kitchen? I'm currently putting away 400 pieces of fake food that oh my gosh. So she does have a fake kitchen. She's more of like the baby with the crib type stuff. So she's got a bunch of babies and like a fake crib with diapers and crap like that. So not so much the fake kitchen. My mom, on the other case, is the one that does all the Facebook Marketplace stuff, and she's the one that buys all that crap. And then when my daughter goes over to play, she's got oh my god, she's so much freaking stuff to go over there and play. It's ridiculous. But she's the one that's got all the food. So it's not even like the cheap plastic food. Like it's the stuff that you'd expect like at a library. I don't know why that makes sense, but like it's the cloth stuff that's got like cotton filling to it. You know, so like an asparagus is actually green cloth with cotton filling to it. She's got all that crap. I don't have to worry about it, but she's got all that. Saw the notification a while ago while leaving work. Yeah, so we're 3 streams in at this point. You know, so thanks for missing that fun. We've actually gone like I think I don't know, half hour at this point without my phone acting stupid, so that's fun. Hey, Chris, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Good talking to you. Next time I stop by work to visit everyone. Yeah, feel free. Karen's in the she's in the now hardware resource room, which was the Sarek resource room before. So that's where she's at, and then I sit right across from her. So, anyways, if you ever come by, happy to say hi. Thanks for stopping by, man. 3rd time is the charm. Yeah, we're actually an hour into it at this point, and it hasn't really completely crashed on me, so that's good. Tim, what are you up to, man? Did you just get off work? I was wanting to say you're Central Time, but I don't know if you are. So is it like a late day, or is it like a normal time for you to get home right now? You probably heard that burp. I'm sorry. So Sean Cannell just posted on Twitter 9 minutes ago, successful people do consistency what normal people do occasionally. That will preach. Oh, okay, so you're Eastern time. Yeah, so it's 9:30 your time, dude. That sucks. How long did it take you that long to get home, or are you just now getting settled to where you can hop on? And what do you do, Tim? I don't know what you do for work. Did you guys check out Steve's Amazfit BIP review earlier today? It's pretty good if you haven't checked it out yet. And also, Chris is using the iPhone 6 Plus in 2018. I would check that out as well. I will save you guys a bunch of finger clicking and everything else, and I will do the work for you. Steve. And Chris. You're a physical therapist. That's awesome. "45-minute drive." So do you live like in rural America, or do you live like in a suburb or something, like where 45 minutes is just like a 3 mile drive, just traffic is that bad, or did you actually like drive 45 miles? curious on that one. Nick, freaking ring dinger. Amazing. So is the Stratos, is that the actual the full watch looking face, like the full? It looks like a legit watch. I mean, the bip looks like the Apple Watch. "30 minutes Norway and go to the country a bit." Yeah, yeah. I live 45 minutes away from where I work at, and it's legit like 40 miles one way. But around where I live at, there's not. I live in a town of, oh gosh, what's the population here? Google. The last census had us at 4,400 people, so it's not like a super small town, but it's small-ish. Funny thing is, looking back at the census information, like my town legit has not has not grown in like 20 years. In 1990, it had 4,375 people, and now we're at 4,475. So we've legit grown 100 people. Wow, that's disappointing. Has some buttons, look like a legit watch. Yeah, I drive it. Yeah. Yep, I can relate to the long drives. They suck, especially if you're not feeling good. Those are the ones that are fun. Like, oh yeah, I'll go to work. I can tough it out. A 30-mile drive home with a miserable head cold. And going back and deleting the other streams that I did, so disappointing. That's consistency, 100%. Yeah, that was in 2016, so we're a couple years out from that, but still, I doubt it's really changed much. My town doesn't really have much of anything going for it. I mean, we have like good schools, but there's nothing really here work-wise. We have one town that's 20 minutes one way, another one that's 35 minutes, and then where I work, which is 45 minutes. I would beg to say that most people drive out of town. There's a couple of factories here in town, but that's factory work. It's not really anything crazy. So Tim, are you working on that Stratos review now, or are you doing that here coming up? You're editing it now. I've had it for about a month. Yeah. Have you ever had a smartwatch before? It looks pretty awesome. I mean, I didn't realize that the bip was only like $80, so that was pretty awesome. I've got the I don't. All right, I can't really complain too much. That one lasted like 45 minutes before it decided to shut down on me, so that one's not too bad. You're editing it now. You've had it for about a month. No, just knock off smart trackers just for legit one. Yeah. I mean, for $228, I mean, I guess the Stratos looks, I mean, that's a legit smartwatch where I guess the bip is more of your probably more fitness tracker, I guess, right? The Gear S3 Frontier Edition, that's what I've got. Geez, the 360 is actually their 360 camera. I knew that. Elijah, you are more than welcome to go home, my friend. Brand of limo, Cadillac, duh. I mean, that's a gimme. Who doesn't want to ride in a Cadillac limo? Shadow says indoor fitness tracking, which BIP doesn't do, I guess. So by indoor, what is? I guess I don't follow. Like, does the GPS work indoor? You mean, or what? You've never been in one. Roger, you're not. Oh, a limo. I just about said you didn't make any sense. I've never been in a limo either, for that matter. Just Do It is a friend of mine in real life, so he literally every time he sees me, he says, "Oh my gosh, I'm in." This is the famous Aaron Wilhelm, and he fanboys about it, and I'm gonna kick him in the shins one of these days. Hard. Yeah, watch Steve's video. That gives you an idea. I mean, the BIP looks legit. I mean, that's the thing with Xiaomi though, is they copy Apple. I don't understand how they get away with it, to be honest. Was it the Xiaomi Mi Notebook Pro? Legit looks like a MacBook Pro, and I don't know how there's that. I don't know how they get away with that. I mean, well, yeah, see, like, you're right, Nick, when it comes to the notch and crap like that, but I've also heard like Apple's can be so happy with their design, and they went after Samsung because of their freaking icons. I mean, you'd think they would go hard after someone that actually copies their design when it comes to a product, like a laptop or something like that, or even their watch for that matter. Yeah, I think because Linus Tech Tips was in one the other day, and I think what's the only difference? Like their shirts are. Oh, I think their shirts were still blue, which I think Apple. I think Apple's like in what? They're in like that forest green color now. Yeah, I mean the bip looks almost identical to an Apple Watch. I mean, if you looked closely enough, I mean it has branding on the front of it. You could tell it's not an Apple Watch, but still. I guess they can probably get away with it because of. Oh man, I don't know if you've looked at these colors for that bip, but that Cinnabar red looks pretty dope. I'm usually like an all black everything, but that watch looks pretty awesome. I don't know if it's because they're in China, they can just get away with that stuff. Like I doubt China has the same type of like laws when it comes to trade, not trade, but copyright, trademark, that kind of stuff. I don't think they probably don't care as much. If you think if it was being imported here to the States, they would be able to control that. You'd think. Yeah, man, that's pretty awesome. Anyways, good for you. I'm glad you're able to get hold of that. And then I think Steve mentioned that he had another one to do too. There was a Stratos, the BIP, and then there was another one. I don't remember what the name of it was. Is it the Pace? Does that sound right? 140 bucks. China's copyright laws are non-existent. Yeah, there's Strange Parts. I don't know if you guys know who that is or not. I don't remember what his name is. The guy that actually does the channel. But he took Linus to one of these Chinese markets not too long ago. It's the same thing. It's just everything's not everything, but there's a lot of knockoffs there. He collabed with the Colin guy. Yeah. What is his name? Either way, the guy's pretty awesome. I mean, he's a pretty cool guy. Oh, that's how you found him. Yeah. I really enjoyed his not Colin, but the Strange Parts with his iPhone series where he re-added the headphone jack to his iPhone, like his own custom iPhone. It's pretty awesome. Strangeparts.com. The Pace is the version before the Stratos. The Stratos is also known as the Pace 2. Yeah, because I think the Pace looks like it's $70 cheaper. I don't know what the difference is in the features, of course, but so Strange Parts has an about page, but it doesn't actually mention what his name is. I don't understand that. But I had planned on going about an hour, and we're about an hour and a half into this. Him modding his iPhone to 128 gig from 16. Yeah, it's nuts what that guy is able to do. I mean, he's able to pick up all the parts. I mean, what did he do the other day? I think he was buying flash memory chips from vendors, and he was making his own custom flash drive out of it. Like, what? But I think he's got all the stuff that he needs to do that now. Like, he can do soldering for mobile phones. He's got the templates to do, and if he doesn't have the template, he can just go back down to the market and get it. It's nuts what they're able to do over there. Yeah, that was English. Yeah, the skills of the equipment. I don't have the patience. I mean, I could have repaired my 70D instead of sending it into Canon and paying $400 and some odd dollars, but the PCB board itself was $300 by itself. Like, pay a little extra and you get 6 months of warranty on it, you know, compared to no warranty if you do it yourself. And I don't have the patience for that at all. I can't. I don't know. If it was a computer or something like that, I could have fixed it. But yes, Steve, we're still here, and your yard work is done, right? We actually just got done talking about you, in a good way. Are your ears burning? Is that why you came back? We've been hashing out about the Stratos, the BIP, and then I think it was the Pace. Because I think you still have the Stratos and the Pace you can review, right? Stratos and the Core. Okay. Well, now I gotta Google it. Oh, so the Core is kind of like your, what is that called? Really? What fitness tracker is that? The freaking big company that does them. Why can't I remember what the name of it is? Fitbit. There you go. That was dumb. Why? I'm a tech reviewer. Yeah, Roger, that guy. Built his own iPhone using parts he found in China. Yeah, he lives in Shenzhen. Shenzhen? Yeah, either way, I'm saying it right. I think I'm just saying it 4 different times. He lives in Shenzhen, China, where it's like a big production area for that kind of stuff. The Stratos looks awesome. If I didn't have the Gear S3 Frontier Edition, I would probably be looking at picking one of those up. It looks pretty awesome for the price. And Nick, I think everyone would agree with you on Steve's Hackintosh stuff, because if you look at his channel, those videos are just freaking killing it. And really everything you've done so far, Steve, is doing awesome. You know, 6 grand here, 6,000 views here, 3,000 there. You know, no big deal. Just a couple thousand here and there. He's got some of the best potato reviews on the platform, though. I mean, you can't not say he doesn't have those. I'm not even trying to just be nice, Steve. You just got 79,000 views on the 2012 MacBook Pro. I mean, and I mentioned this earlier. I think you weren't here, but Nick saw my wife's MacBook here that's from like 2008, and I think that video was kind of what prompted me to just go ahead and put an SSD in her MacBook and replace the battery because the battery was terrible, and she's been using it and it's been working just fine. Like, it's those types of videos where, to me, a 5-year-old MacBook should be garbage, but with MacBooks being MacBooks, that's not how it is. If it was a PC, 5 years old at this point, it'd probably be struggling. But with a Mac, you put an SSD in it or something, and you're off to the races. What do you have? So, are you? Is the Stratos going to be your next video, Steve? And are you bringing back thrift store tech? That's what the OG fans really want to know. Because Stratos a few weeks, yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested on your Facebook Tech Marketplace um, review, Nick. Yeah, see, thrift store tech is, yeah, exactly. I don't think that's why. I think it was the YouTuber subreddit on Reddit. I think, Steve, is how we got to talking, if I remember right. It is in the works. Awesome, that's fun. What do I have coming up? So, I've mentioned this a couple of times, but you weren't here, so I don't blame that against you at all. I'm working on a Blitzwolf selfie stick tripod, which is actually what's holding my phone right now. I was having some issues with it earlier, actually, during the stream. That's why I was actually using it tonight. I used it last time I streamed. I didn't really have many issues with it, but I actually noticed tonight that like my camera would stay where it was and that it would start to go down. So the live stream, though, is to help out the channel. It also lets me talk with you guys, but then also I wanted to test this thing out. So glad I ran into that. So that's coming, and then the next couple that I'm doing are actually going to be just fun little one-off projects. So I was looking back at my cabinet over here because Chris Lee did his Dollar Tree haul a couple videos back. It was actually several videos back at this point. But I actually went to Dollar Tree and picked up 5 of like their tech-related things, and I'm actually going to do that. So I'm looking forward to that, and then I've got a tutorial, at least one tutorial after that I want to do. So getting the product stuff done, but then also I want to have some fun with it. I mean, I think we talked about that yesterday on your Twitter posting. So I hope you're having a better day when it comes to Twitter today or YouTube today. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I've done 30 product reviews right now up to this point, and I'm happy with that. I mean, it's the whole reason behind my channel is product reviews. But I want to have some fun with a couple of them. I meet people by my apartment clubhouse in the parking lot for Facebook meetups. What? I must have missed something. Curious thing about Facebook Marketplaces meetings, random people in parking lots always feel like Chris Hansen. Yeah, I haven't done. Trying to think what I did. Oh, when I sold my LG G3, I actually had to meet at a gas station, and one of the workers at the gas station was who bought the phone. That was kind of weird. I've bought a computer monitor at a Walmart parking lot before. The weird ones, without again getting on to political things or like that, is I sold a handgun one time, which you can do private party. I mean, there's no laws against that or whatever. But I sold a handgun that I had to another guy, and we met at a local strip mall parking lot. So that gets weird. If you want to what about high pressure, just nerve wracking? Try to sell a handgun private party. That gets weird. Even though nothing happens, like it's just a really awkward and weird thing to do. Meet people by my apartment clubhouse in the parking lot for Facebook meetups. Yeah. Doing my next TED Talk. Elijah, actually, I'm having that scheduled, for next week. So thanks for the question. I've had 5 items from dollar store for about 2 months, and it's going to do the same kind of video. Dude, yeah, we probably searched about the same stuff on the same day for all I know. But yeah, they've been sitting in my cabinet where I keep all the stuff at that I need to review. They've just been sitting there, so I just actually need to stop reviewing company products that I've told them I'll do, and then just actually have fun with that one. At least you're armed. See, that's the thing. I wasn't armed if things went bad because at the time I didn't have a concealed carry license, and I couldn't have the thing loaded in my car. So, sold a laptop to a kid on Craigslist and ended up giving the kid a lesson on how to haggle. It was actually pretty fun. Well, that's cool. Tim, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you coming by for a little bit. You actually taught him how to haggle. So what? So what? Like, were you selling it for 200 and he was just going to give you the 200 and you told him to shoot you 190 or 180 or something? Like, no, son, that's not how you do this. This isn't how you buy stuff off of Craigslist. I was like at 500, wanted to get 450. He was so nervous. Did he come with his parents? Like, was he young enough to do it on his own? So how about 490? When he said yes, I said no, man. Kind of. That's awesome that you took that time to do that. I almost felt bad. When I sold my G3, I wanted like $50 for it because like that's what they were going for on eBay. So I priced it high at 80, expecting someone to talk me down, and this girl that wanted to buy it just like was like, "Yeah, I'll take it for 80." Like, didn't try to haggle me at all. But since I was trying to get my camera repaired, I was like, "All right, whatever. If you're not gonna haggle me with it, I'm not gonna question it." There was no like, this nice lesson to teach a young kid. It was just this lady wanted to give me full price, and I said, "Please." Aw, Nick. Well, I mean, at least you know how to haggle now, right? Well, at least you're nice to him and helped him out, though. I got on Twitter for some reason. I was going to look something up. PSP and a PS2 bundle for $40. I tried to. I used to play Vice City all the time, so I tried to go back and actually play that maybe a couple of years back, and I couldn't do it. The graphics were so bad with the PS2; it was just I could not do it. It's bad. Yeah, Steve, I just saw that Nick was mentioning that earlier, doing a video of is the PSP still worth it in 2018. I forgot you just did one a couple months back. Oh, and I think I found the post that I was referring to 4 hours ago about the Yanny and the Laurel thing. Go watch that. Came with a bunch of games that I'll never play, and one want Tiger Woods 2009 golf. Nope, I'm good. It's probably better apps for your phone for that now. $10-minute fast charge, 5 hours of use. What? Oh, the Bullet headphones from OnePlus. I didn't talk about those earlier. Have you guys heard anything about those? Have you guys looked into them at all? I've heard they sound pretty awesome. I will have to watch that when I get done streaming. You know of them, yeah. I was hoping Dave would be able to hop on, but I think he actually had to work a night shift tonight at work. But Mr. West, I think is his YouTube channel, Dave West, he was actually at the OnePlus 6 event today. Too bad you didn't go, Roger. But I think if you went to the event today, you actually got a pair of those headphones for free. If I read that right on Twitter. But I think they're $70 or something like that. As you should be, Roger. You let your crappy boss keep you from going to a launch event and see your favorite YouTuber. Thought you had dedication, Roger. Jeff, man, we're like 2 hours into this and you show up finally. All right, guys, that was the plan for tonight. Wait for Jeff to show around. We'll go ahead and stop the stream now. Did I need to do before I judge it's too hard? Hey, thanks for stopping by, Nick. Appreciate you contributing to the stream and stop by and just having a little bit of fun. Appreciate you, man. Look forward to your next couple of videos. No, Jeff, you're good, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just glad that anyone showed up. Here. I did it again. I said I was only going to run for about an hour, and we're 2 hours into it at this point. But I have a lot of fun with these things. We're doing good, man. I am, at least. Not that my stream's working right. When we wanted to collab on the World League 85. Hey, if we can script something out, I would be down for making it out to be a conspiracy or something. We could make that work. So we could have like Roger, we could have Tim, we could have everyone chime in and go, I don't know what their problems are, but Aaron's nuts. Do something like that. I don't know. But back to your question, Jeff. I'm good, man. Thank you. How about you? My dog just scared the crap out of me. I thought it was someone walking in my house, and I'm the only person home. Thomas Croft, what is this stream about? It is not about much of anything, man. It's going about 2 hours long at this point. We are just shooting the breeze at this point. See you, Nick. Thank you for stopping by, though, Thomas. Appreciate you. I do these streams. I think I'm going to do them bi-weekly. I'm going to do a stream 1 week and then do a review the next week. I think that's what I'm going to do. I have a lot of fun with these things. So, just we talked about the OnePlus 6 earlier, and then also the net neutrality change. Well, potential change. Searching for a place to live. Man, I'm sorry. Well, it doesn't sound like that's good. I mean, that can be an exciting thing, but it doesn't sound like it is for you right now, Jeff. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, so Steve, live streams, they're definitely a lot of fun. They're easy to get stressed out about. I was super stressed at the beginning because things weren't working right. But then even beforehand, like when you first start, you get like that 5 minutes where no one joins and you're like, well, I don't have any friends. But I mean, we've been at 5 people now, and it's enough that we're going to just kind of hang out. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely do it. And like Viper said, when it comes to watch time for your channel, which I know you don't have to worry about monetization or anything like that. But this is one of the quickest ways I've been able to get my watch time up on my channel. So, what do I think about aliens? Don't know. I'm gonna leave that one to let you kind of talk that one out if you want. Viper's back, man. I don't know. Were you here in the beginning? I think you were. I think you were with like stream number 1. We're on 3, dude. I actually just said you earlier. Oh, you were here when we were still talking about a Jeet. Yeah. You were on 3. Yeah. I saw you on Twitter. Did you get your video out? You did. Good for you, man. Got that tab open. I will watch that as soon as we are done here. How are you doing, Viper? You having a good day? Better day today? $60-day notice. Vacate due to property being sold. Yeah, that can suck, man. Sorry to hear that. I guess it's one of those things you kind of run the risk whenever you rent. I mean, Not that most rent property owners sell all the time, but no, that sucks. We need to have a serious chat. What? About what? Or are you talking to me? I don't know if you're talking to me or not. Now I feel like I'm in trouble. About what happened at 368. Yeah, I just caught about I want to say, I don't know, maybe the first 5 minutes of the video that that watched like what happened with that. It's pretty nuts. So what do you want to talk about at 368? Yeah, not cool. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If you have watched Casey if you guys don't know, so 368 Casey Neistat, it's like his creator thing that he's working on. I mean, he posted today about yesterday where like they're building to get in their building, like there's a like it's a locked building, so you can't like not everyone can just get into it. So someone must have like been leaving, so the door was open for just a minute, and someone like snuck in the door before it closed, and then he just like stood outside of Casey's office for however long and like just wouldn't leave. So I think is it Dan? I think it was Dan that is the guy that works with Casey right now doing all his editing and stuff like that. And then Sam Sheffer both tried to get this guy to leave, and he wouldn't leave, and they had to call the cops on him. So it's in today's vlog, Jeff. It was like the first 5 minutes of it or something like that. I mean, if you watch Casey's vlogs before he stopped vlogging every day, I mean, he mentioned multiple times like don't hang outside, don't even hang around outside of his office, let alone freaking inside of his building. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys ever watch Logan Paul. I not proud of this, but I used to watch him every day. I don't know. I thought he was stupid as crap, but for some reason I was entertained for 10 minutes. So, but he had someone do the same crap at his place. Like someone like hopped his fence and like fell asleep in his living room. Like, I don't know what. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what people think about it's cool to invade a creator's privacy. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like, well, like in case he said in that video, like what irritates him is when parents will bring their kids and sit outside of his office with their kids. Like, there's parents that think that that's okay. So I don't know. I mean, I can see that from both angles. Like, there could be parents that are like, their kids are like, oh no, he's totally cool with it. Let's just sit out there and wait for him to come outside, and I can get his autograph or whatever, get a selfie with him or whatever. And the parents like, okay. But at the same time, you'd think like, no, that sounds kind of weird. Let's just not go to this guy's place of business and just wait for him. Like, that's also kind of weird. I mean, to me, I would think if you really like didn't want to be a creep about it, like hang out like a block over from his building, and at some point you're gonna see him. But if you have to see him that day because you're in town or something, like I get where they're coming from, but it's creepy as crap. Like, it's just weird. But like Boogie 298 has talked about the same thing. Where I don't remember if it was him or who was it. Just someone like showed up at his door and like just wanted to like say hi and take a selfie with him. He's like, that's not okay. Like, it's not okay. Yeah, there's really not. I mean, yeah, I don't understand. For me, it's almost weird to like just show my backyard or the front of my house. Like, no one gives a rat about like me. Like, not like a big deal or anything like that. But still, it's just weird thinking that if like my address gets out there, like someone could just show up to my house. So I don't know if you're like a YouTuber with 6 million subscribers, something like that. Like, that crap could legitimately happen if you ever just show the outside of your house. Like, people can reverse image search that crap on Google and like find your house. Like, it's really kind of creepy how quick you can do that. Now, in Casey's like point, like he's very public about it. Like, the address, like he's been like the address is 368 Broadway, I think is what it is. So it's not like he's trying to hide it, but still. Yeah. Yeah, like, and we're nobodies, and like, and we're careful about it. Like, could you imagine if you had 5 million people that subscribe to you? Like, like Marquez Brownlee with his studio. Like, there's been full on video with the outside of his studio. Like, I get that's cool and all, but like, I would be worried personally. I mean, I don't know, man. People are weird. Good thing you're moving. Yeah, see, there's the silver lining, Jeff. That's what you need to find out. You just need to look for the hey, let them break it on someone else. It's not actually me anymore. So Viper, I mentioned it. I think after you did the initial, like the video when you went downtown and ate at that burger joint. I live 3.5 hours south of Chicago, so I'm like right smack in the middle of Illinois. The next time I go downtown Chicago, though, I want to check that place out. So I may have to either watch that video again or hit you up on Twitter and get the name of that place. But definitely want to give that a shot. Billy Goat Tavern. I will have to do that. It looked. I think it was. Personally, I thought it was a sin how much ketchup you put on that freaking cheeseburger. But I mean, to each their own, right? But there's a couple of them. It looks like. Which one did you go to? Madison, Michigan Avenue, or in Millennium Park? Or it's just Billy Goat Tavern, a really popular name, Michigan Avenue. Okay. I think. It's still just as frustrating as it was earlier, but at least it's not happening as often. But yeah, I was saying I've got family that live in, I think, Batavia. So we go up there pretty often. By often, I mean like twice a year. So it's really not that often, but that's really not too far outside the city. But I've been going for a couple hours at this point. I think I may call it a night. Yeah, so if there's anything you guys want to talk about, feel free to shoot me a question now, or I really don't like you typing. Yeah, it's probably you. That's why it broke. It didn't do it the whole time you were gone, I promise. Get your ass into doing some Fortnite. Man, yep, right there with you. If I get around to playing it tonight, it'll be the same exact way, so it won't be any better on my end at all. I mean, I'm happy to keep going. I mean, not really. At this point, I'm myself kind of ready to call it quits, to be honest, but I've had fun. These are, Steve, definitely looking to doing something like this in the future. You could do, I don't know, you could do a Q&A this way or something. I don't know. I may end up doing a Q&A here soon, too. I don't know. Is that after seeing Rogers, it seems like a lot of fun. And I think we've got a good community of guys around us, too, that we get enough questions for it. Which I think is probably your turn to do another one, Steve. Which I think the last time you tried to do one, you only had a couple of questions. But I think, like I said, with the community that we have now, with the squad that we've got, you probably get enough traffic you could do one. And I actually felt bad the last time you tried to do a Q&A. Like, I totally meant to submit a question and just totally forgot to do it until you posted like, well, had 2 questions, gonna hold off. Legit felt bad. Assassin's Creed and real-time strategy games. Yeah, RTSs are good. Company of Heroes, by far, is my favorite RTS game I've ever played. That or StarCraft 2. That was a lot of fun. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Hit me up on Twitter if you want to ask any other questions, anything like that. But I think my family's about to get home from church, so I'm going to give it a go, get things all wrapped up, and talk to you guys soon. So, anyways, have a good night. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by. I really do. Appreciate you guys commenting on the videos, sticking around for the live stream, participating, hitting me up on Twitter. Like I said, I here lately have been very impressed with everyone in our little squad when it comes to tech reviewers. Really proud of all of you guys. So keep promoting each other and appreciate all the help. So you guys have a good night. Okay, we'll see you. Sorry for the awkward transition out of this. Yes. Nope. Yep. Gonna make it weirder. Hold on.